Our It's the Law topic today, with Halloween in a couple of days. Big news out of the State Board of Pardon and Paroles. Dusk to dawn curfews have been set up for paroled sex offenders in Georgia. Those on parole must keep their outside lights off, and they aren't allowed to open the door for anyone except for law enforcement, who will be periodically checking them throughout the night. Jay Davis is here to weigh in on that. Jay, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Skylar.
Jay, explain what this is all about.
Well, what people have to remember is, first of all, when somebody's on parole, it means they are somebody who should be in jail, is supposed to be in jail, and they're being released early. So a lot of people are asking, is this going to be an improper infringement on rights or not? And it's likely not going to be, because the other choice is to lock them up and let them finish out their initial jail sentence. The problem we've got with the broad sweep of sex offender things now is the registry applies to such a broad group of people. A lot of people have no sympathy. People have no sympathy for somebody who are molested children or
right. And I think that's where people's minds go to first, right?
That's the first thing they do. But a lot of these people who are on these registries, who are deal with a sex offender registry for the rest of their life, it's not just their paroled sentence. It's not just the sentence they were initially given, but it will last the rest of their life if they don't take an action at some point in the future to stop it. And it goes at least until 10 years beyond their normal sentence. And it's very, very restricted. But it applies to people who are minors themselves, who were convicted of some sort of sex offense. A 17-year-old who was with a 15-year-old, for example. Those things carry on a lot longer than people realize for something that happens when somebody's a minor up until they're an adult. Okay. So that is one of the problems with that. But this is a very restrictive measure by the board. They're probably not going to find a lot of sympathy for the sex offenders. Right. And
no matter the case.
No matter the case. And the board, I believe there are people who have sympathy for the young people who are on this, and they're getting caught in the sweep. I believe there's a growing amount of people who are concerned about those people. But for people who are thinking of it as sex offenders, there's not a lot of sympathy from the community, right. And that's why they can get away with such broad sweeping of it, because they label it as sex offender.
Jay, as always, thank you so much. And other things that are mentioned on this, people can't even have their Halloween costumes or Halloween decorations up at night. And some states are actually telling people that they have to be in a designated area from dusk until dawn as well. So interesting topic there. And as always, we want to hear from you. What legal issues have been on your mind, or are you in trouble with the law? Remember, all your questions can remain anonymous. Just send an email to itsthelaw@41nbc.com. We'll do our best to answer it right here on the News at 6.